What's it like to know you're going to get a lot of action on Sunday?
It's exciting. That's why we play the position. Gotten a lot of mental reps and a chance to watch and get coached. Through Tua and Jacoby, but we all play this game to be out on the field. It's not a position to stand and watch, and it's always exciting to be out there and be the one that's the center of the offense, and making sure that we can operate and get to a chance to improve our game, which is the best part about playing quarterback.
Describe the feeling of throwing that touchdown pass at the end of the Atlanta game.
I mean, it was great. Kirk's one of my good friends, and we spent a lot of time working together this summer. And it's great to throw a touchdown pass to somebody that you're connected to, and our receiver room is special, and so it's a great chance to get to work with those guys. And it always feels good to score a touchdown, but any way that I can contribute and help us win is a good feeling, and it helped us win the ball game. So can't complain about that.
Do you feel it's fair that you and Kirk have developed this chemistry from practice squad reps to carried over now?
I mean, of course it's fair. He worked his butt off this offseason, and it's showing up on the field right now. But we spent a lot of time this offseason. He was here and I was here. And we give each other, or Jacoby gives me a hard time. He's gotten a lot of reps with Kirk lately, so I'm giving him a hard time about taking my guys away. But it's been really fun for me to watch the things that I know he worked on and the things that he put in this offseason, and how much it's translating to what he's putting on the field. And that's always a good feeling as a teammate and as a close friend.
What do you like most about this offense that you have been instituting the last couple months?
I mean, I like how we're trying to scheme up what we're doing, for each personnel, and how we're putting it together with how much talent we have, around on the field. But there's always nuances to every offense, and so I'm having fun, kind of discovering what we're trying to accomplish with certain things, and having more tools in our belt to make checks at the line of scrimmage and make sure we're in the right play. And that's what's fun for me as a quarterback is how can we win the snap before the ball's even snapped? Can we win the pre-snap and make sure we're in the right play? And that's what I think is so fun about playing this position.
What's been the biggest thing you've improved on these last few weeks?
I think it's the same thing with the offense. You add more tools to what you're able to do. And, I feel good. I did a good job this offseason of taking care of my nutrition and sleep and all of those things, and I've seen it translate to my game. And so I feel a little bit more athletic, and the ball's coming out of my hand a little bit easier. But like I said, it's about improving within the offense, and then how we can get ourselves in the best play to let those guys, like I said, Kirk and Malcolm, make plays when they're in space, and that's what they're good at.
Do you feel like you have accomplished your goals for preseason? Obviously, you have one more game to go. Is there anything in particular also that you like to see get better in the last game?
I had some specific goals, and I think I've met them so far. But I think going into this last preseason game, it's about how can we help the team win, and operationally, can we be consistent and smooth? And that's the challenge for me. Is I think there's some things that we can do offensively that we're not going to do because of who's out there, and so we're going to do what's best for the group. And that's a part of the game that is fun. And then when you go out in these preseason games, it's a lot of there's not as much shifting and motioning and things like that. So we're making sure that our guys are ready to play.
What do you envision for your ideal game on Sunday in Cincinnati?
Obviously you want to win. So I think if we can move the ball and give ourselves a chance to score some points, that's all you can ask for as a quarterback. So making sure that our guys are ready to play and we move the ball down the field, that's what you can ask for from an offense. And points come with that. Obviously there's ebbs and flows with the game, but like I said, just trying to move the football.
So Jacoby really teased you about taking Kirk?
A little bit. There's different guys that are in those groups, and as they start to shift, and it's always fun, the back and forth with our quarterback room. But
What have you learned, I guess, from Charlie since he's been in the room with you?
it's awesome to have the experience of a former quarterback, because there's so many things that you get coached on or you hear sometimes, and it's hard as a quarterback because there's people in your way or you're working on something else. So a lot of our conversations are, what was the thought process here, or why did your eyes get here, and things like that, rather than saying, you missed the open guy. And so that's great from a quarterback's perspective of the understanding that it's difficult, it's a hard position to play. And so Charlie has that understanding from being a quarterback, and that definitely translates to how he coaches, and it's been really, really beneficial for us. And it helps with how we're collaborative as a group with Tua, Jacoby, Charlie, and I, and Jordan Salkin. We have great conversations about what we're trying to accomplish as an offense and making sure that the details are hashed out how we want them to be.
as someone who works with all position groups on the offense, what's the impression you get of the emotions for bubble guys going into a final preseason week?
There's always excitement when you get to go out and play, and so these guys that, aren't sure through the first couple of preseason games if they're going to play, now they know they're going to get an opportunity to go out and showcase what they've, improved upon. And that's always, a challenge as a quarterback to make sure that we're focused on what we're trying to do. But, there's always excitement when you get to go out and play. You can feel the excitement of practice even, every day when guys are getting a chance to play the game they love.
Can you tell us a little bit more? You mentioned earlier about nutrition training and how things have evolved over the years. Can you tell us a little bit more about how much they've evolved and how they have evolved for you?
Yeah, I went to the University of San Diego, and it's a small 1AA school. And, my summers were spent, I was working and I was paying to go to school. And so I was, eating on a budget a lot of the time. Chicken and rice only goes so far sometimes. So that was I'm trying to take advantage of all the resources we're getting at this NFL level. And, Dave Paloka and John Parenti, our nutritionist, they've done a great job of helping me, find things that work for me. And it was, a challenge at USD because of the resources. But here, they give us every opportunity to be successful. So I'm trying to take advantage of all of that. And so having their support and their help and coming through that process, was a leaps and bounds change from what I had been through in the past. And I think it's really benefited me.
I believe you mentioned earlier maybe having more flexibility in this offense to be able to do something that line if you want to. Where's your comfort level in doing that, where it comes in a game this week or in previous games?
There's certain things that we're not going to do. There's always that level of what's being evaluated at the preseason level. So we're going to let guys, operate and let them, show what they can do. But like I said, there's always tools in our belt as a quarterback that, you go out there and you can find, an advantage or take advantage of a certain player and things like that. So that's something that I think that I can bring to the table as a player. I think that's, something that I'm good at. And so, where I lack in other areas, I think that's something I can make up for. So I'm always trying to study and find ways from other quarterbacks and as well as from Tua and Jacoby of, what are the things I can do to help, my own game.
Were you paying to go to school all the way through? And what's it like to go from paying to play and go to school essentially to now kind of getting paid to play?
Yeah, it's amazing. I had a conversation yesterday. I still have student loans. I was paying to play football at the University of San Diego, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But I was working at Lululemon while I was playing my senior year of football. So, I'd get done I only had one class, so there were certain days of the week where I would get done with practice and go to work because I had to, help pay for some of the stuff. So, I've joked, hopefully I can get a raise and, maybe pay off some of my student loans. But it's amazing that I get paid to come out here every day and go to practice and get to sit in these meetings with, some of these guys. And I think it's been a great, measuring stick for what I got accomplished at USD. And then again, there's so much room for improvement, and seeing all these guys every day, it's a great chance for me to continue to grow and be a better player.
With the work and school and football and everything, were you like short on sleep all the time?
No, that was something that I took very seriously. So, I had to make some sacrifices in other aspects of my life, but, school and football were always the priority. So the work was something that I had to do, but school and football was always something that I really enjoyed. So I made a lot of sacrifices to take advantage of that.
You call the place where you're Hululemon?
Lululemon.
Lululemon.
Yes.
Clearly
Yeah.
don't know high-end yoga.
Yeah. I'll get you a pair of pants. It'll change your life.
Hold on, so there's guy Lululemon stuff?
Yes, there is. Oh, see, now I'm doing my job. Yeah, see, go try a pair of shorts on, I promise.